I'm supposed to get out. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, bye.
Happy Thanksgiving, bye.
This episode is brought to you by me. Yes, by me, Victoria Odekomaya. I'm a brand photographer and strategist based locally here in Indiana. And I love helping women, small business owners, and professionals with side hustles build and elevate their brand. So if you're in the market and looking for someone that would thoroughly help you create a beautiful imagery for your brand and help you connect to your target audience, I'm your girl. So why choose me? Because I offer a beautiful, luxurious celebrity photo shoot experience for all of my clients. The celebrity experience includes professional hair and makeup, wardrobe styling. I serve wine and chocolate covered strawberries, and I'm playing your favorite music because it's important to me that you look and feel great to create the images that we know will truly connect with your audience. So, what are you waiting for? If you're looking for photography to help you elevate your brand, call on your girl because I got you. Hey, and welcome to the Own Your Brand Show. It's your girl, Victoria Odekomaya. And if you're new here, I am a brand photographer and strategist, and I love to help small business owners, new female small business owners, and professionals with a side hustle be seen, known, and heard with my photography as well as my coaching so they can build a bankable personal brand. So if you like content like this, please make sure you subscribe and do all of the things so that we can stay connected. Without much ado, today I'm going to be talking with Jennie Lopez. Yes, Jennifer Lopez. Well, Jennifer Lopez Reed, she is an incredible woman. And today she's going to be telling us about how she's navigated what makes her unique, and she's using that to live a full life, basically. So she's the author of Intentional Unicorn. She's a speaker, she's a coach, she works in a Fortune 500 company. She's doing all of these things, but she's doing it from being intentional about who she is, like not shying away from our personality, but sharing our personality and what makes her unique with the world. So today I'm really excited about this conversation because as small business owners, it's important for us to stand out instead of blending in. And so I hope that from this conversation, you'll be inspired to share and be more comfortable with what makes you unique so that you can stand out in your business, in your profession, so that you can help even more people and still be filled with joy. All right, without much ado, let's get into it. Hi, Jennie. How are you doing today?
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this for weeks now.
Oh, I am so excited to have you on. I think that you are the perfect person to talk to my audience, to help us just learn about what's unique about ourselves. My audience are primarily business owners or professionals with a side hustle. And sometimes it's important for us to figure out what's unique about ourselves so that we can stand out. And you are doing that so well. And so I want us to be able to learn from you because I see all your successes, and I want us to be able to learn from you. So let's just start from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about who you are. I mean, first of all, I have to say this. When I saw your name come true, it's like Jennifer Lopez. I was like, oh my God.
Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got, okay? I'm kidding.
Bye. I love it. All right, Jennie, tell us a little bit. Just take us back to the beginning. I know that you moved here from Puerto Rico. I don't know where you want to start, but I also know that you are a leader in a Fortune 500 company. Yes. So just before I'm going to, just take it away.
Yeah, of course. And I would say I've had the blessing of maybe a unique path in terms of I went for both careers. The one that I really wanted at the beginning when I was younger, which was dancing and fitness. And then the other one was the one that I discovered later on as an engineer. But I decided to go for both at the same time. So the funny joke, and I believe I share with you at some point, but when I was in high school, I told my dad, yeah, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a star in Broadway. And he said, oh, that's cute. No, you're going to be an engineer. So I ended up going for chemical engineering. But something I decided at that point, it was the best decision I did, is that I'm not ready to stop dancing because dancing was my call. That was what kept me in flow. I love dancing. And I decided to continue continue to do that. So I did both. So as I was going and getting my chemical engineering degree, I was also a professional dancer. I was a backup dancer for many artists in Latin America, like Julio Iglesias, Anita Nazario, Manny Manuel. And then I also worked with dance companies, TV commercials, also in TV. And then I decided to go and do my master's in chemical engineering, and I moved to the United States. That was hard. It was a different culture, and I didn't have the time to do the dancing, which I absolutely loved. I focused on, okay, what am I gonna learn? How can I focus in getting the degree, right? Which it was difficult, different language, away from family, different culture, very
can relate. I'm a
isolated.
foreigner too, so yes.
You can imagine all of that.
Yeah,
But
right.
found fitness. I found fitness. So even though it wasn't dancing, I found fitness classes, and I became a fitness instructor back then. And I'm still a fitness instructor to this day.
That's
Because,
amazing.
yes, I'm a big believer of filling your cup, right? Doing things that keeps you in flow, that keeps you motivated. Because again, high energy, you do a really of good things.
Yes.
Anyway, so I went back to dancing. So I was an NFL cheerleader whenever I started my professional life in the corporate world. I was for 7 years a professional NFL cheerleader, and then I worked for the company Zumba as a master trainer for them, and that was another 7 years. So as I was doing that, I'm also doing my career as an engineer, and I've done many leadership roles in manufacturing, quality, the business, and I'm currently still in the corporate world. I lead global talent acquisition for a Fortune 500 company. So I think I have the best of both worlds.
I agree. And I think that one of the things, and we're going to get into this, is like, I love how you kept pursuing the different passion. I remember that at one time when we had the conversation, you were kind of like, it was kind of like a lot for you to comprehend in a way, but then you discovered that was what makes you unique, and now you're flourishing in all of that. And I know I'm getting ahead of us, but so just to kind of clarify this, you are a leader in a Fortune 500 company. You've done the deed when it comes to like dancing, including all the way to NFL. You have the ring to prove for it too. I know you had, yeah.
I should have worn it today. I didn't.
Yeah, and then you also are a Zumba instructor. You've done that too. I know you still do that as well too. So you're doing all of the things. I know you're a mom. You're happily married, and you're rocking it in the business world too. And I think one of the things that I really love about you is that you are not lessening one side of yourself to increase the other. It's almost like you're becoming, you are showing off who you are in every part of your life.
Yeah, but it was not always that way, Victoria, right? And that's
Mm-hmm.
something I wanted to share, because a lot of times when you see people in social media, you only see the highlights, all the good. Everything is like, I'm humble about this opportunity. Look at this, like, whatever certification I did. But then you don't see the bumps, you don't see the downs. And that's something I think that also makes me unique, is that I'm very authentic, and I share the good, the bad, and the ugly out there.
Yeah.
And when it comes to what you were saying, that it took me a while to like find my path and feel very confident on who I am, it did take me a long time, because especially when I was starting in my career, I am not the typical engineer. When I looked around, I didn't see a lot of female engineers, yet along any Latina engineers. And they would tell me things like, hey, you're too bubbly, you have to tone it down. Jennie, you have to dress like an engineer. You have to be careful about first impressions because you don't look smart. I mean, all these things. And then when you hear that, and then you look around and see the lack of representation, you say, okay, but then there must be something wrong with me. So I need to adapt, right? I need to everybody.
Fit into a mold. Yeah.
So I became that mold. I was studying how other people were talking, how they were dressing, how they were leading. And it was almost like, actually, I read one time that there's a lot of mental burden in actors and actresses, because there's a time that you don't know what's reality and what is not, because you're always portraying a different character. Yes. And that happens to a lot of us that do not fit the mold. And there's so much energy into trying to be somebody who we're not, that we forget who we are, and when we cannot give our best. Yes. So when that happened, I lost myself. I lost my bubbliness. I lost what made me unique, what made me really connect to people. And at some point I said, Jennie, you have it wrong. This is not the formula. When you're your bubbly self, that's where you do your best work. So let's go back to that. And then I just look up on myself and I said, you know what? I'm gonna be the role model I didn't have. You can be a Latina, a mom, a bubbly engineer. However, you can still craft your success journey. So I took it upon myself to like show up as my authentic self everywhere.
Wow. Wow. Jennie, that is so powerful because as you were describing that, I'm thinking a chemical engineer. Typically, it's very serious, right?
Right.
Like that's a very serious, yeah, like glasses and lab and all of that, right? And you on the other side, you're like a dancer, you know what I mean? Like Zumba and all of this cheerleading and things like that. And in
Yes.
reality, it's hard for people to even merge that together,
Mhm.
but you found a way eventually to be able to still show your personality. And I know you're succeeding in your career, because you're bringing in, and I know also that you're inspiring people, Jennie. You're
Yes.
inspiring people to be themselves in whatever circumstances, because I think enough is enough that we are trying to fit into a mold. God
Yeah.
created us to be different, to be unique, so that we can share that uniqueness with other people.
Absolutely, because again, and it happens. People need role models. Otherwise, they think the same thing. I thought to be
Yeah.
successful means this. And when they
Mhm.
see all of us, you and I, and everybody who's watching with their authentic self, they can see themselves in you and I. Say, oh, wait
Right.
a second, they're successful, and look, they then I can be also successful. I also have a chance. And
Yeah.
it's really important. So when even in social media, and I know some people may make fun of me, but I'm thinking, okay, I'm a dancer. So sometimes I'm empowering people when I'm doing a funny dance. It's
Yes.
okay. People connect with that. That's me.
Yes, yes. It's funny you said that because I'm looking at some of the photos that so I did your photo shoots about a year ago, and
And
some
you're
of them are not
awesome, by
only.
the way. If anybody
Thank
needs
you.
pictures, please, please. She's the best.
Thank you. Thank you. But I'm thinking about some of the images that we capture of you, like the fun personality. Like, Jennie, imagine if you didn't let that go and you were
Yes.
still that, chemical engine. Yeah, I know. Like, oh my God, that is so scary to even imagine.
It's not me. It's not me.
Yeah, it's not. Oh my God, I'm so happy. So right now, you've come through all of that over 20 years of experience. Tell us a little bit about, a little bit about your journey into the United States too, and how that impacted you, because I want to link it to, some of the things that you're doing with coaching other people to become be passionate and be okay with being their intentional unicorn, to be intentional about being a unicorn,
Yes. And
so,
I'm
yeah.
glad you mentioned that. I actually go into a lot more detail in my book, which I think I have it
Mhm.
there.
Yes. And oh, by the way, Jennie is a best-selling author. Yes, yes, you are. That is amazing. I'm so excited about that for you.
Thank you. But
Yes.
I'll tell you, and the funny story about how that whole name came up is the beginning of the book, and I
Mm,
believe I shared it here before. But I'm gonna skip to the fact was that I drew this stick figure saying this is me, and half of me is my professional side, and I actually put it
mhm,
in black and white. My hair was down, I was wearing glasses, professional attire, the heels, and the other side was in colors. I was tracking a dancing pose. I believe I was doing the peace sign, and then I put a ponytail here, and then
mm,
I said, this is funny. That ponytail looks like a horn. And I labeled it unicorn
mm,
because for most of my career, most of my life, I always felt like a unicorn that was sticking out for the wrong reasons. Like
mm,
as a dancer, I was the nerdy one. As an
mm,
engineer, I was the bubbly one. Like I never fit
mm,
it in, right? So I was sticking out, and I tried to like hide that horn for
mm,
so long because I just
mm.
wanted to be like the rest. And when I realized, no, Jennie, that your horn is what makes you shine, is what makes you operate at your best. It's like your competitive advantage, right? So I
Right.
say, yes, so darn right, I'm a unicorn, but I'm going to be intentional with it, and that's how I decided to come up with the book. And in the book, I share a lot of things about the toughest transition, like you mentioned, when I went through grad school. Some of the
Mhm.
things that I have to face. Of I don't think they were even unconscious biases. Were like biases, flat out biases, right? People making fun of me because of the college I came from, or
Mm.
what are you doing here? Like if I was a diversity card. So it was really hard. But then these are the concepts I learned about focusing on you cannot compare your journey with anybody else. What you can control is,
Yes.
okay, what are you going to do right now? What are the things that make you be at your best, Jennie, and at flow? It was dancing. Okay, so let me go back to like filling my cup because I'm down. I need something to lift me up. And then I found dancing. I found my community, the people that I connected with nobody does it alone. Like you need that network, you need that tribe. So all these
Right.
concepts, like I look back and I'm actually thankful about that now at that point it was a painful journey. With
Experience.
those
Yeah.
painful journeys are the ones that make you grow the most.
Yes, that is so true. I can relate to, sometimes we're in the toughest time, that's when you grow the most.
Yes,
You
yes.
said something here that I want to kind of jump on a little bit more. So again, my audience are, business owners or professionals with a side hustle. And in this world where everybody seems to be doing the same thing, it's important that we stand out.
Yes.
And I love that you're doing it so well. So tell us a little bit about some of the things that you do or you're doing, or some things that you can share with us to like really inspire us to, it's okay to stand out. That's
Yeah.
your brand, that's
Yes.
how people will get to know you and differentiate you from your competitors. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, imagine if everybody was doing the same thing. It would be super dull, super boring.
Boring.
And I wanted to touch a little bit on the comparison because that's
Mhm.
where, and I'm also a business owner. I didn't
Yeah.
mention that, but I opened my business in 2020. But we sometimes catch ourselves comparing ourselves with other people. And it's not
Mhm.
because it's fun, because when we are doing that is really negative energy. We feel
Mhm.
small, we feel that we are behind, we feel that we're failing, whatever those are not fun feelings. So where do we go there? And I've been thinking about this for a long time. And I think part of it is a little bit of how we've been conditioned. So when we were kids, we're
Mm.
always being compared. Who has the highest grade? Who can run
Mm.
the fastest, right? Who is the best player? Who's the
Right.
prettiest girl? Like whatever that is, always a competition. But as we
Mm.
grow up, it's not an apples to apples comparison because all of us are so unique, right?
Yes.
And the
Yes.
thing is that who is judging?
Right.
Because your perspective of who is the best at X or Y is very different than mine. It comes
Opinion. Yes.
beliefs, from our
Mhm.
likes. It comes from our the fact if we had coffee that day or not. It comes from things that we cannot control. And I'm gonna take an actual example. So speaking, that's one of the things that I love doing, and I do in
Yeah.
my business a lot of keynote speaking. And I don't know if
Mhm.
that happened to you. Sometimes I send these YouTube, things that I like to my sister. I'm like, oh my God, look at this speaker. She's so good. And then she'll be like, oh, they were really annoying, Jenny. I don't know what you were talking about. Or my husband will send me one. Oh, he's fantastic. I'm thinking, I did not like him. He's like in my face. So
Mm.
everybody's going to connect. Your client is going to connect to your unique energy. Because
Yes.
there's something special about you that they connect with, right? So I'm
Yes.
not putting my business to satisfy everybody, to welcome everybody. Otherwise, it's going to be very bland. I need to continue to be my best self. So the clients that come to me is because they connect with me. They connect with the way I share the learning. They connect with the energy. And then I
Yes.
don't compare myself because that's just me.
That's amazing. I love the way you put it. See, it's so important for us to be unique, to be different, and share that with the world because,
Yes.
first of all, we cannot serve everybody, but you
No.
can serve your clients, your own people that you connect with when you showcase who you are. Like the personality just draws them in.
Yes.
So before we go on, I want to just do a summary real quickly. So
Yes.
you've done cheerleading, with the NFL. You're a Zumba instructor. You work with a Fortune 500 company. You're a speaker. You're an author. You're a coach. Because I know that we kind of jumped into it. So I wanted to make sure that we got a chance to like say all the many hats and all the things that you're doing. And we'll talk a little bit about your coaching because I know you really coach people on how to find what's unique about them. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I coach people, I help them. It doesn't have to be just business. It doesn't have to be
Mm.
professional. It can be any goal. I do believe, firm believer, that whenever we operate from our true, authentic self is whenever we do our best work. So we go
Yes.
through 5 simple steps. Like first, we map the dream. We need clarity. Otherwise, we're going like this, right? Like very clear into what we're going, what and why, which is really important. And then
Mhm.
we discover and unleash those superpowers that we have, and they come from our authenticity. So we go and
Yes.
study that because that builds confidence. So that's the third step is confidence mastery. And a lot of people think that I'm successful if I went to this school or if I had this education or had this experience, strategies, tools. That 20% may be that, 80% is serious mindset. So we
Yes.
really go into like mindset boot camp.
I love that.
Any limiting beliefs or anything, and then we start taking intentional action. And I always coach people, and it's just having that person that you can trust, that they are with you, they have your back, and when you feel that, when you take action and things don't go according to plan, I'm there helping them, right? Because we all need that person. It's really
I,
important. You have a coach, I have a coach, my coach has a coach. Nobody does it alone. And then the last step for me is the most rewarding, is I show it with the world, like pay it forward. There has
nice.
to be a contribution element. Why are you doing this? Maybe it's for your kids. Maybe it's for your partner. Maybe it's for the community that you live. For me, I do what I do because I don't want the next generation to have to go through what I went through, right? So
Right.
that's my why, and that's how I pay it forward.
That is amazing. And this is all what you teach in your coaching program, just
Yes,
to be
yes,
clear.
that's the
Right.
coaching program. Yes,
That
yes.
is amazing. So I mean, I think that you are exemplifying everything. I love when you were talking about mindsets. I see that so clearly. Like even if you have, like you said, even if you have the strategy and the things like that, but you don't have the confidence to
Mhm.
come out and like it just falls flat. And then
Yes,
also having a someone to keep you accountable. The coach to keep
yes,
you accountable. That is so so important. Oh my
yes.
God, I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, truly important. And I don't know for you, but in my upbringing, it was all about figure it out, and you have to show it that you can make it. It was almost like a badge of
Oh
pride that
no.
I figure out all by myself, right?
Uh-huh.
And maybe when we move to the United States, it's almost like it goes to the next level. We need to show that we deserve to be here and we deserve to get to this position. It's too
Mhm.
much pressure. Nobody
It
does it
is.
alone. Even the people that we see that are so successful, you don't see the entourage, you don't see the tribe, the community that they have behind
Yes.
the scenes.
It takes a village. It really does take a village. Oh, wow. Okay. So I love everything that you're doing. Even in this conversation, you're showing your authentic self. Tell us where we can find your book and how can we be a part of your coaching program?
Absolutely, yes. So Intentional Unicorn. Remember that that's the name of the book. You can find it in Amazon, but you can find it also in any other stores, Walmart, Target that have them online. But Amazon is an Amazon bestseller book,
Right.
and everything else is Intentional Unicorn. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, and I'm always sharing, like I mentioned before, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Anything I learn with stories, because sometimes I see people that share content, but they stay in the theory. But when I share an
Mm,
example, that's like, oh, okay, I get it. And
yes.
I'm usually sharing examples so that way it clicks and people then can do something with the learning, right? And apply it themselves. And then intentionalunicorn.com, that's where you can find me and get any inquiries, schedule an appointment with me and see how I can best help you or your organization.
That is amazing. And so I know we said before that you're a speaker, you do
Mhm,
coaching,
mhm.
and then also the book as well. And there's a lot of content on social media everywhere. I follow you. I look forward to your content on social media. So if you're out there and you wanting to get inspired, encouraged, and just knowing how to be yourself, like bringing out what's unique about you, because it's important for us to stand out
Yeah,
instead of blending in this world where everything is already, it's so much noise going on, especially for new business owners or even, people that have been seasoned for a while.
yeah.
We cannot serve everybody. We need to find out what's unique about us. So that way we can better serve our clients and fulfill our destiny, our purpose in life. So, oh my God, my friend, I am so excited to have this conversation. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me. I always love our conversations, and thank you
Thank
for what you're
you.
doing, because you're giving the opportunity to many of us to share our journey to continue to inspire. So you're amplifying everybody's
Oh,
journey. So phenomenal job.
well, thank you so much for saying that. But honestly speaking, it's because you are doing something that others can learn from. And I want people to be able to learn from that. I know you have a heart to teach people, even on your YouTube channel too, with your social media, you're looking like you just said earlier, like showing example, not just showing the good, right? So
Mhm.
it's important for people to learn from that. And I know there's something that somebody, at least if you don't learn anything from today, learn that it's okay to be a unicorn and
Yes, we need
let
more.
it shine. Yes.
We need
Let it
more.
shine.
We need more.
Yes, we need more. Thank you so much again for coming on. I'll put all the links to how to reach Jennifer on the in the comments below. Somewhere in there. You know how it goes. And then thank you again for coming on. And until next time, hang tight and continue to come on, like, subscribe, do all the things. We already know everything to do. And if you love this content, I want to be connected with you so that we can continue. Oh, thank you. I love that. I want to stay connected with you. I want to hear from you so that we can continue to bring valuable information that will continue to help us grow in our business and our personal life. Until next time, don't forget to you own your brand and continue to become, to remain an intentional unicorn.
Yes.